In the small town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests stood the beacon of consumerism, Walmart. The massive, fluorescent-lit building dominated the landscape, attracting locals with promises of low prices and convenience. Little did they know, the store held secrets darker than the dimly lit corners of its sprawling aisles. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows on the Walmart facade, a group of friends decided to embark on a late-night shopping spree. Entering through the automatic sliding doors, they were greeted by the usual buzz of fluorescent lights and the hum of shopping carts on tile floors. However, this night was different, as a strange chill hung in the air. As the friends navigated through the aisles, they noticed odd occurrences. Shelves seemed to rearrange themselves when no one was looking, and whispers echoed through the empty corridors. The group dismissed these as mere figments of their imagination until they reached the toy section. Amid the rows of action figures and board games, a lone doll sat on the shelf. Its glassy eyes stared into the abyss, and its porcelain skin seemed to reflect a haunting glow. Unsettled, the friends moved on, but the doll's presence lingered in their minds. The further they delved into the store, the more bizarre the encounters became. Aisles that led to nowhere, flickering lights that cast unsettling shadows, and the distant echoes of ghostly laughter created an atmosphere of palpable dread. They felt as if the very walls of Walmart were watching them. In the electronics section, the friends stumbled upon an old television broadcasting distorted images. Faces of employees long gone flashed on the screen, their eyes hollow and mouths moving in silent screams. The group, now gripped by fear, hastened their pace, hoping to escape the nightmarish grip of the superstore. As they approached the checkout counters, a strange figure emerged. Dressed in a worn Walmart uniform, the employee seemed to materialize from the shadows. His eyes glowed an otherworldly red as he muttered unintelligible phrases. The friends, paralyzed by fear, couldn't comprehend the surreal scene unfolding before them. Desperate to escape, they sprinted towards the exit, only to find the automatic doors refusing to open. Panic set in as the ominous employee approached, his footsteps echoing like a funeral dirge. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, the doors creaked open, allowing the friends to spill out into the cool night air. Outside, they huddled together, attempting to make sense of the horrors they had witnessed within the once familiar walls of Walmart. They vowed never to speak of that night again, but the nightmares persisted, haunting their dreams with the eerie images of a store possessed. In the days that followed, rumors spread like wildfire. Locals whispered of a curse that had befallen Walmart, recounting tales of unexplained phenomena and ghostly apparitions. The once thriving superstore now stood as a symbol of terror, avoided by the townsfolk after nightfall. Yet, not everyone heeded the warnings. A new group of unsuspecting individuals, oblivious to the town's dark secret, entered Walmart one fateful night. The cycle of horror repeated itself as the store's malevolent force claimed new victims, ensuring that the tales of Walmart's sinister mysteries endured, like a curse destined to linger in the shadows for all eternity. In the dimly lit aisles of Walmart, I found myself recounting the tale of my worst night at the retail giant. It was a night that would haunt my dreams long after the doors had closed and the echoing silence took hold. It all began innocently enough. I had ventured to Walmart to pick up a few essentials, my shopping list scribbled on a crumpled piece of paper. As I strolled through the wide aisles, the distant hum of the refrigeration units and the soft buzz of the overhead lights created a surreal atmosphere. Little did I know, the normalcy of my routine Walmart visit was about to take a chilling turn. In the household goods section, I noticed a peculiar figure lingering among the shelves, a tall, slender man with a weathered hat pulled low over his eyes, casting his features in shadow. He appeared out of place, and as I passed by, he whispered words that sent shivers down my spine. "Beware the frozen isle," he muttered, his voice barely audible. Curiosity and unease collided within me, but I shrugged off the encounter as a mere oddity. As I continued my shopping, the aisles seemed to grow longer, and the flickering lights intensified. My footsteps echoed louder, resonating through the empty spaces around me. I dismissed it as my imagination playing tricks on me until I reached the frozen aisle. A sudden drop in temperature greeted me as I entered the cold expanse. Freezers hummed softly, their glass doors revealing frost-covered goods within. The ominous warning from the mysterious man echoed in my mind as I navigated the icy shelves. The feeling of being watched intensified, and I quickened my pace, eager to escape the unsettling atmosphere. That's when I noticed her, a pale, disheveled woman with long, tangled hair standing in front of the frozen peas. Her eyes, vacant and devoid of emotion, locked onto mine. I hesitated for a moment, unnerved by her presence, but pressed on, convinced it was a peculiar encounter with a fellow shopper. As I approached the checkout, an unsettling stillness settled over the store. The hum of refrigerators ceased, and the overhead lights flickered in an erratic dance. The cashier scanned my items in silence, her gaze fixed on some distant point beyond. Uneasy, I paid and made my way towards the exit, the chilling air of the frozen aisle lingering in my thoughts. The sliding doors opened reluctantly, creaking against the unnatural quiet outside. The parking lot was shrouded in an unsettling fog, casting an otherworldly pallor over the surroundings. I fumbled for my keys, my breath visibly in the cold night air, when I heard a soft, haunting melody. The sound emanated from the abandoned shopping carts, their wheels creaking as they moved in a spectral dance. I froze, paralyzed by the eerie melody that seemed to echo from the depths of the empty carts. Panic set in as I realized the unsettling truth. The carts moved with a purpose of their own, as if guided by unseen hands. A cold gust of wind swept through the parking lot, extinguishing the feeble glow of the overhead lights. In the enveloping darkness, the figures of the shoppers I had encountered inside Walmart emerged, their eyes gleaming with an unnatural light. The mysterious man, the disheveled woman, and others, their gaunt faces etched with silent despair. Driven by an instinctual fear, I sprinted towards my car, the haunting melody and the ghostly figures pursuing me. The parking lot became a nightmarish maze, the fog distorting reality as I struggled to find my way. Each fleeting glance revealed the relentless pursuit of those phantom shoppers, their hollow eyes fixed on me. Finally reaching my car, I slammed the door shut, the chilling melody fading as the engine roared to life. As I sped away from the darkened Walmart, the ghostly figures disappeared into the fog, their haunting presence lingering in the recesses of my mind. To this day, I avoid Walmart after dark, haunted by the memories of that surreal night, a night when the ordinary aisles transformed into a chilling realm where the line between the living and the spectral blurred, leaving me with a tale of horror that still echoes in the depths of my nightmares. In the quiet aisles of Walmart, where the hum of fluorescent lights competed with the monotony of late-night shelving, Emily found herself ensnared in an eerie routine. The night shift had a peculiar way of magnifying the mundane, casting shadows on the familiar and transforming the aisles into dimly lit labyrinths. As an employee accustomed to the graveyard hours, Emily was well versed in the subtle symphony of nocturnal sounds, the squeak of carts, the distant hum of the cooling systems, and the occasional rustle of plastic bags. Yet, one particular night stood out from the others, etched in her memory like a haunting melody. It was the eve of a peculiar day, a date she could never forget. As the clock ticked towards midnight, Emily felt a strange chill in the air. The normally tepid atmosphere took on an otherworldly quality, and an unspoken tension pervaded the empty aisles. Unsettled, Emily diligently went about her tasks, attempting to shake off the inexplicable unease that clung to her. Then, at the stroke of midnight, a child's laughter echoed through the deserted store. The sound was distant yet distinct, sending shivers down Emily's spine. She turned, expecting to see a playful child or a mischievous colleague, but the source of the laughter remained elusive. A flicker of movement caught her eye, and she beheld a small figure at the end of an aisle. It was a child, no taller than a shopping cart, with an ethereal glow about them. Clutched in the child's hand was a doll, its features twisted into a grotesque smile. The sight was unnerving, and Emily's heart pounded in her chest. As the child approached, her pulse quickened. The doll's eyes seemed to lock onto hers, and a feeling of dread washed over her. The child's shape was distorted, an uncanny distortion that defied the laws of nature. Emily stumbled backward, fear gnawing at her sanity. Terrifying things unfolded in the surreal night. Products flew off shelves, shelves rattled, and strange whispers filled the air. The child's laughter persisted, a haunting chorus to the night's macabre performance. Emily clung to her sanity, desperately trying to make sense of the nightmare unfolding around her. With the first rays of dawn, the child and its eerie laughter vanished. Emily, shaken to her core, rushed to share her harrowing experience with her co-workers. But disbelief met her words. They dismissed her tale as a product of exhaustion or an overactive imagination. Haunted by the memory of that fateful night, Emily grappled with the decision to resign. The fear of encountering the spectral child again weighed heavily on her, and the skepticism of her colleagues added a layer of isolation. Unable to endure the psychological torment, she tendered her resignation, leaving the night shift and its ghostly echoes behind. As Emily walked away from Walmart for the last time, the lingering question of whether the night would reveal its spectral secrets to another unsuspecting soul remained unanswered. The aisles returned to their mundane routine, concealing the inexplicable events that transpired during the ghostly hours of that peculiar night.